Okay, you know the scene. You're waiting for your coffee, and the guy in front of you, he just looks like he's already won the game of life. We're going to start there because this is the key to understanding a huge financial illusion that might be trapping you right now, and you might not even know it.
I mean, you've seen him. He's got the fancy watch, maybe a Rolex. You saw him pull into the parking lot in a brand new Tesla, and he just ordered some complicated $12 coffee without even blinking. Everything about this guy just screams money.
But here's the wild part. Here's the reality check. Statistically speaking, there is a 3 in 4 chance that guy is completely broke. Yeah, the watch is financed, the car is leased, and that confidence is probably floating on a mountain of credit card debt.
75%. Just let that number sink in for a second. This isn't some small fraction of people. It's almost everyone. This is the great illusion of wealth, and it's the very trap that keeps most people from ever building real financial freedom.
So let's pull back the curtain on this illusion. Because at its core, there's this massive misunderstanding between earning a lot of money and actually having a lot of money. And, it trips almost everybody up.
And what's so interesting is how simple this is. Income is your paycheck, right? It's what you earn. But wealth is what you keep. It's what sticks around and starts working for you. Income can make you look rich, for sure, but only wealth can actually make you free.
All right, so getting that difference is step one. But to actually build that wealth, you have to go to war against 3 invisible enemies that are basically designed from the ground up to keep you broke. So the first enemy is called lifestyle creep. And it's known as the silent assassin for a really good reason. You get a raise, you get a promotion, you're all excited, thinking, great, I'm going to save so much more. But instead, your life just gets a little bit more expensive. And that extra money, it just vanishes.
And the math on this is just brutal. I mean, look at this. You get a $15,000 raise. Your savings should go up, right? But after you get that slightly bigger apartment and that nicer car payment, you're actually saving less than you were before. You literally got a promotion and went backwards financially. It's insane.
Okay, trap number 2 is what's called the payments mentality. And our brains have been totally rewired by financing. We don't see a $35,000 car anymore. No. We see, oh, it's only $499 a month. And that one little word, only, is maybe the most expensive word in your vocabulary.
And let's run the numbers on that. That affordable payment on that $35,000 car, by the time you're done, you've paid over $41,000. You literally paid an extra $6,000 just for the privilege of not having to wait, all while that car was losing value every single day. It's a losing game from the start.
But this third trap, man, this is the most devastating one of all. It's not flashy, it's quiet, it's the simple decision to just start later. And the math behind putting it off is just absolutely unforgiving.
Okay, look at how this plays out. If you start investing $5,000 a year at age 25, you could have over $1.4 million by the time you retire. But if you wait just 10 years, same exact investment, but you start at 35, your final balance gets cut to just $650,000. You lost more than half your money. Why? Just because of a 10-year delay.
That delay, that choice to start later, cost you $750,000. It's this giant invisible tax on waiting that nobody ever warned you about. And it's the difference between a retirement with choices and one filled with stress.
So, all right, we've laid out the traps. That's kind of depressing. But how do you actually escape? Well, it turns out there's a very specific number, a threshold, where the entire game changes. It's a tipping point where the physics of building wealth just flip completely in your favor.
The late, great Charlie Munger, he put it pretty bluntly. He said, the first $100,000 is a bitch, but you got to do it. Now, this is a billionaire talking, but he never forgot that agonizing grind to get to that first big milestone. And he was right. You have to get there.
Because once you hit $100,000, something incredible happens. Assuming, let's say, an 8% return, your money is now generating about $8,000 a year, all by itself. That's almost $700 a month that you didn't have to work for. Suddenly, this isn't some abstract idea anymore. It's a real machine that you built, and it's working for you. And this is when the snowball really starts rolling downhill. Look at this. That first $100,000, that might take you 6.5 years of pure grinding. But the next $100,000, that only takes 4 years. And the next one after that, 3 years. See what's happening? The time between each milestone shrinks because your money is now your partner doing more and more of the heavy lifting. That's compounding in real life.
So how do you actually get there? This isn't about some fancy theory. It's about putting in the work. So here it is, the brutally simple totally unsexy, but incredibly effective plan to get it done.
Step 1, you need data. For 1 month, you track every single dollar you spend. Not to judge yourself, not to feel bad, just to see where your money is actually going. Step 2, you find the waste and you are ruthless. Your mission is to find at least $500 a month in leaks. Subscriptions you forgot, convenient spending you can stop. Step 3, you automate everything. You set up automatic transfers to your investment accounts the day you get paid. You pay yourself first, and you take willpower completely out of the equation. And step 4, if you need more firepower, you focus on increasing your income, not by chasing a million side hustles, but by acquiring skills that make you more valuable.
And this is what a wealth builder's budget kind of looks like. See that huge 25% chunk for saving and investing? For most people, that's an afterthought, right? It's whatever's left over. Here, it's the first priority. It comes off the top, and you force yourself to live on what's left. That aggressive approach is the fuel that makes the whole snowball effect possible.
But let's be totally honest here. It is not easy. The hardest part of this entire journey is surviving what's called the boring middle. It's those years where it feels like nothing is happening. Your friends are taking vacations and you're meal prepping for the 4th night in a row. This is where most people quit, right before the momentum really kicks in. It's the unglamorous work that's required to actually become what that guy in the coffee shop only appears to be.
Which brings us to really the single most important idea in this whole thing. Real wealth isn't about how much you make. It's not about finding the perfect stock pick. It is simply about the gap between what you earn and what you spend widened over a long period of time. That's it. That is the entire formula.
Because at the end of the day, getting to that first $100,000 isn't a test of how smart you are. It's a test of how stubborn you are. It's about your ability to say no, to ignore what everyone else is doing, and to just trust the math, even when it feels painfully slow. The whole system is kind of designed to make you fail. So the only question left is, are you stubborn enough to win anyway?